Thanks for watching The Fumble. When you think of women's MMA, who is the first person that comes to your mind? Most likely, it's Ronda Rousey. Today, we're going to take a look at her story. It all began February 1st, 1987 in Riverside, California. Ronda was born defeating the odds. Her umbilical cord was wrapped around her neck and she nearly died from lack of oxygen and sustained slight brain damage, which prevented her from being able to talk until she was 6. Because of this, she struggled in class and was homeschooled for parts of elementary and high school. But she found an outlet for her frustration: judo. Her mom, who is a gold medalist in judo, became her coach. She taught Ronda everything she knew, including a little something Ronda would become very famous for: the armbar. When she was 8, tragedy struck. She lost her father to suicide, but not before he changed the course of her life forever. According to Ronda, her father Ron used to tell her that she could be anything in the world. He would do his best to build her self-esteem that was lost due to her speech issues. He even once told her he believed she could be an Olympic gold medalist. She credits his belief in her to do this for actually doing it. By the time Rousey was 15, she was on the US Olympic team. At 16, she was the youngest American to earn the national #1 ranking in the women's half middleweight division. In 2007, she struck gold and won it at the Pan American Games despite having a torn knee meniscus. What a champ. After earning the bronze medal at the 2008 Olympics, she retired from judo at age 21. After her retirement, she was unsure of what she would do next. So she began bartending and lived out of her car in Los Angeles for a while. But as with all goats, they can't stay away from their first love, their craft, for very long. Ronda joined the Glendale Fighting Club and in 2010 made her amateur debut in MMA. She won her first MMA match by way of armbar after just 23 seconds. And with her first fight, we saw what the majority of her fights for her MMA career would look like. Her next 2 fights followed suit: submission via armbar in less than 1 minute. Her domination continued after turning pro. In March 2012, Ronda became the Strikeforce Women's Bantamweight Champion by defeating Miesha Tate in 4 minutes and 27 seconds.
Strikeforce Women's World Bantamweight Champion, Ronda Rousey.
By this time, Ronda was becoming a star. Why? Not only because she was beginning to dominate a sport or because of her good looks, but also because of her quick wit and trash-talking skills. That same year, she was featured on ESPN, the magazine's body issue, and was invited as a guest for the Conan O'Brien show. In her autobiography, My Fight, Your Fight, Rousey revealed the real reason she decided to pose nude. She discovered an ex-boyfriend had been taking nude photos of her without her consent or knowledge. When she found out, she said, "I slapped him across the face so hard my hand hurt." In her book, she says he didn't respond physically, but he blocked the door and refused to move when she tried to leave. She went on to write that the ex-boyfriend jumped in her car, and when he refused to exit, she proceeded to beat him further. Although Ronda deleted the photos and erased his hard drive, her fear that the pictures may still be out there influenced her to pose for ESPN's body issue, so that nude pictures of her would be seen and released on her terms and not anyone else's. After one more quick defeat in the Strikeforce, she became the first woman to ever sign with the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the world's largest MMA league. She successfully defended her belt in the inaugural UFC women's bout in February 2012. She submitted her opponent via her patented armbar in 4 minutes and 49 seconds, which was her longest fight at that time. In 2013, she had a rematch with Miesha Tate and she won. She was 8-0 in her MMA career. That same year, her celebrity status grew even more when she did a sexy photo shoot with Maxim. She also took a swing at acting and went on to film The Expendables, Furious 7, and Entourage. Critics and fans were not thrilled about Rousey's acting career because they thought she was spending too much time away from the octagon. But when she returned to the octagon, she won her next 4 consecutive fights in the first round, with 2 of them being under 20 seconds. Ronda Rousey was the face of women's MMA, and because of her dominance, athleticism, quick wit, and charm, she won over millions of fans not only to herself, but MMA as a sport. She even performed with The Rock at WrestleMania 31. Ronda took down the game! In 2015, everything changed. Ronda suffered her first and very brutal loss to Holly Holm. Her injuries from this fight were so severe that the UFC put her on a medical suspension for a minimum of 6 months. After her shocking loss to Holly Holm, Rousey said something that shocked her fans even more. She said she contemplated killing herself after her defeat. The reason being, she didn't know who she was outside of being champion and undefeated. That was her life. Ronda credited the love between her and her boyfriend at the time, Travis Brown, to getting through that depression. Because of Rousey's history with suicide, losing her father to suicide and her grandfather to suicide as well, and having her own experience in which she strongly considered it, Ronda has used her status to help to bring awareness to depression-related issues. Ronda ended up taking over a year off from the UFC. Many thought they'd never see her fight again. Why would she? She had already made so much money off the movie deals, book deals, and countless endorsements. But it's not in the nature of a champion to go out like that. In December of 2016, Ronda Rousey made her UFC comeback against the current bantamweight champion, Amanda Nunes. Nunes defeated Rousey in 48 seconds. In January of 2017, Rousey addressed that fight for the first time publicly and said, "I take pride in saying how far the women's division has come in the UFC and commend all the other women who have been part of making this possible, including Amanda. I need to take some time to reflect and think about the future. Thank you for believing in me and understanding." In April of 2017, Ronda got engaged to her longtime boyfriend, Travis, who's also a UFC fighter. What's next for Ronda? That's still to be seen. But she has left her mark in sports history by dominating what was seen as a man's world and paving the way for a new generation of women to come and do the same. But she will forever be the first. For all things sports, make sure to subscribe before you go.